Funny Nerdigans? This is the one and only Packer Girl 89, and I'm finally doing my Starling book Nerdigan discussion video. I know it's been forever since I did my Temptuous book Nerdigan discussion video, but I've had a lot of crap happen, and I just realized today that I have time to do it, and I've been wanting to do this forever, and now I'm doing it, and hopefully my webcam, because of YouTube has been dumb. Please, YouTube, don't do anything stupid to disconnect my webcam while I'm recording, otherwise I have to start over, and that would really suck. But anyway, before I get into it, let me remind you, if you have not read the Wondrous Strange trilogy by Lesley Livingston or Starling by Lesley Livingston, what are you doing here? Go read the books. That's why I make these videos, is so you guys can read the books, watch the videos, and then we can talk about it, because none of my friends watch or read the books. They don't read books like I do, and I'm hoping that more people on the interwebs do. So, let's get to it. So, I love how the scene started off with a bang, and I love how this book started off with a bang. What I mean is, I love how we have the practice with the Mason's fencing practice, and then Storm in the gym, and then the tree crashes, and then we have, bam, naked Fenris wolf. And Heather, one of the other characters in the book, I think she and I are thinking, and I think Lesley too, because I'm going to say this right now, in this series there is a lot of shirtless Fen. There is. And I think Lesley is thinking the same thing that I am, and Heather is that in this situation, we be gawking at Fenris. And okay, Fenris was in Fairy, and he's from 12th century Viking times. He's a 12th century Viking prince. So I'm not a perv by saying this, that I think he's hot, okay? And plus, I am a sucker for blondes. So excuse me, I like blondes. He's hot, and I can't help it. And Heather is gawking at his ass, and you have these Draugr attacking, and I feel bad for Cal, who gets slashed by a Draugr because he's trying to save Mason. I'm like, oh, poor Cal. But Cal, I don't know how to describe Cal right now, because Cal is like the Simon of this book, of this series. He is. Basically, Cal is like Simon from Mortal Instruments. There will be a lot of TMI comparisons in these book Nerdigan videos. I'm sorry, but it has to happen. It does. But anyway, like, after, the Draugr scene, and Mason kicks a lot of ass in the Draugr fight. I was so surprised that Mason did that. And I love that, and that's why I love the books I read, because there's a lot of kick-ass female characters in there, in these series. They don't stand by and let the guy do anything. They fight with them, especially Mason. Mason has to be one of my favorite female characters. I like her. I actually like her a lot more than Kelly, to be honest. I do. I like Kelly, but Mason is higher up for me. But anyway, after the whole the fight, I love when Toby says to him, I love it when he says, get Beowulf some pants, and then Fenris says, it's the Fenris wolf, some pants would be nice, and I'm just like, Fenris lost his memory, so it's so funny when Fenris says that, and I'm just thinking, why couldn't Jason be like this, Rick Riordan? I have to bring this up, Lesley, I'm sorry, I have to bring it up, but why? Why, Rick Riordan? Jason should have been like this. There you go. So we find out that, the Draugr's claws scar Cal's face, is going to scar Cal's face for life, and there's blood poisoning, and Fenris uses his Janus metal to heal him, and if I remember correctly, and if you book Nerdigans have read Wondrous Strange, and this is why you need to read Wondrous Strange trilogy, for one thing. In, I believe it was Temptuous, Fenris said, it was either Temptuous or Darklight, Fenris said that he gave up his Janus medal. And how in the world world does Fenris get his Janus medal back? I think we find out. I think I have it in my notes when he gets it back. But anyway, and also, Toby observed that, poor Fenris was chained. No, because if you remember, at the end of Tempestuous, he was leaving with Ulrun, and he was going to Valhalla, and if there's chain marks on Fenris, he wasn't in Valhalla. What in the Kami and Arceus happened? This is not cool. No, that's, no, he cannot be in hell. No, he can't be in hell. Okay. Alright, so let's see. Oh, something else we find out from Fen, besides that he is the same size boot as Toby, is that the police cops, the horse cops, are centaurs. So if you're in New York, don't run from, or just don't mess with horse cops because they are centaurs. And unless you want to go to the Hellforce Bridge, or Bifrost Bridge, because that's hallowed ground. Yeah, Hell's Gate is a bridge, and yep, it's the Bifrost Bridge, and it's hallowed ground. Okay, so let's get to Mason's family, because Mason's family is a big part of this trilogy. So we have Gunnar, who is our Odin, because yes, this is Norse mythology. I have to say it. Rory, I don't have it in my. Rory, we don't know yet in this series. Not in this book yet. It's not in this book. We don't know what Rory's role is until I think it's Descendant or Transcendent. And then we have and Rory's an asshole. That is just a big theme. He's like Sebastian of the Sebastian of the series. And Odin is basically like the what's his name? The Valentine of the series. Yeah, pretty much. And then we have Hrothgar, who is the elder brother, and Hrothgar is so awesome. I love Hrothgar, and plus his name is awesome too. And something that's apparently Clandis family is this is not allowed. And I love what Lesley did is that they live in Valhalla, New York, and that was very smooth because we're in a Norse mythology series. I like that you did that, Lesley. I see it. Okay, so, and Rory, of course, has an Aston Martin DB5 convertible. Why am I not part of this family? Okay, so this is where we get into the Norse stuff. And Rory has Gunnar's diary. And we're talking about the Norns. So what the Norns are in Norse mythology, they're three, this is how how Gunnar describes it in his diary, is they are three beings dressed in the guise of mortal women in Norse mythology who decide the fates of mortal men. So basically, think of the fates from Greek mythology, and their names Scully, Verda, and Weirdo. Oh my god, I laughed when I read those names. They're not their true names, but they insist on dressing like a Berlin dive bar punk band. I thought that was so random. I was like, wow. Lesley, just wow. Okay. And then the three acorns pulled out by the Norn, for Gunnar, was at the heart of the Yggdrasil. And if you haven't read the Secrets of the Immortal Nicholas Flamel, or any other Norse mythology books, the Yggdrasil is the world tree. And each acorn represents a path, and the acorn that Gunnar chose was the path of destruction of humanity, but met his lovely wife Yelena, who's dead now, and had his three kids. And the Starling served the Aesir, the Norse gods. And the Godsforth Academy is a neutral ground for rival gods. So yes, so Godsforth Academy is, I'm trying to think of how to describe it. No, we're not at, no, I haven't done Kelly Keaton yet, so I can't say that yet. I can't give you a reference yet for that. Okay, so let's give you the prophecy. So this is how the prophecy initially started out. So one tree, Gunnar, a rainbow bird wings among the branches, Yelena, 3 thirds of the apple tree, grown as tall as Odin's spear, gripped in the hand of the Valkyrie. They shall awaken Odin's sons, the Starling kids, when the devourer returns Fenris. The hammer will fall onto the earth to be reborn. Fenris, the head of Loki's monstrous brood. And then Cal, Cal's going through something really interesting. So we have Cal and the Mergirls going on. Yes, we have mermaids here. Oh, and I almost forgot. Rory is a huge moron because he had Fen borrow his sweats, and in his sweats was huge wads of cash, and Fen just went on a huge shopping spree, and I'm like, damn, that's not fair. I wish I could go on a huge shopping spree. And then after Fen went on a shopping spree, he went to the River Hotel, and if you do not remember, this is why you need to read the Wonder Strange trilogy. The River Hotel is Titania's hotel. See, references, people. And he got upgraded to a penthouse suite. And it's paid for. See, his luck continues. Yeah, and if I didn't mention them already before, the Starlings do have a private train. Bastards. I wish I was a part of this family. Oh, man. This line, I loved. This is when I fell in love with Heather. Because at the beginning, I wasn't in love with Heather right away. But this line sealed it. She said to Carrie, who's a total bitch, and in Transcendent, you'll understand why she's a total bitch. She said, colder than your frigid butt, or do you just conserve all your body heat for that geeky math TA who smells like a wet goat? I was like, wow, Heather, you are awesome. That was just awesome, awesome, awesome. And we find out that Heather broke up with Cal because he was in love with Mason. I swear to call me. Guys are freaking clueless sometimes. And this is from Cal's point of view, because we read from different points of views in this book. Not just Mason's. We read from Mason's. We read from Fenris. We read from Rory's and Rothgar's, I think, at some point too. It's been a while since I've read this book, so excuse me. And let's see. I love what Heather says when, because Fenris tries to go back and find Mason. And Fenris finds Heather by accident, and I love what Heather says. She says, "You were definitely more fun pantsless," and I'm like, I agree with that. I want some more. I want some more of that. Oh my god, and Cal, okay, this is when I can give you my opinion of Cal. Cal is a freaking asshole. He takes his freaking attitude out on, jealous anger out on Mason, because sorry, Mason likes Fenris and not you, you asshole. So stop taking your anger out on her and being a prick. She's trying to be nice to you. So seriously, knock it off. And okay, Fenris is awesome for another reason. Fenris has proven another way to, proven a better way to communicate than texting, and that is throwing pebbles at a window. Who needs a cell phone when you can throw rocks at a window or pebbles at a window? I just thought it was so random. I was like, it's cute. I'm like, Fenris, you're just adorable. You're adorable. I love you. And then, they go on adventures in New York. And I love it. Because what happened was, this is one, oh yeah, Mason got what was it? Did she get the, oh yeah, she got the Janus medal back from Cal. That was part of the altercation, what the yelling shit was about. And she saw, she's part of the finding Fenn's memory was seeing this place in Chelsea over by the harbor. And I love when they're riding in the taxi on the way over to the harbor, and she was mentioning her spatial boundary issue in the taxi, because if I forgot to mention, I'm sorry, she is claustrophobic. Mason is, and that's very important for many other reasons. But I love what Fed says. He's like that's planned escape route. Spatial boundary issues. I put in my notes. Spatial boundary issues equals planned escape route. So I love Fed. He's just so cute. And Ben can remember the docks when they get to the docks. I think this is awesome. Ben can remember the docks in 1912, and well, it makes sense if he was a Janus guard. And remember, time doesn't change in Fairy, and so we find out where Fen lives. And when I was rereading this, I was like thinking, oh, I wonder if Oberon owns the property, because that would make sense. Because if you remember, Oberon owns property. He owned Sunny's apartment in the Wonder Strange trilogy, and it would make sense because that's probably where Fenris lived when he was off duty. I mean, he had to live somewhere. And of course, Fen has a weapons closet. He was a Janus guard, and more weapons than Sunny. And I knew I loved Fen more than Sunny for a reason. And no, Fen, you aren't a ninja, because yes, he said he was a ninja. Oh, okay, now we get to the good stuff. So we have Rafi, Daria, Roth, and Cal discuss the incident of the gate that happened in the previous trilogy. Yes, you know what I'm talking about, when the gate busted open. Apparently, it caused structural issues. Even though the doors of Fairy have been repaired, the doors to Olympus, Asgard, Tir Na Nog, I see more series that can be written. Lesley, please do it. Oz, I love Rafi. And that was Cal that said Oz. So basically, here's the boot with Fairy in Otherworld, and it makes sense because I think Cassandra Clare alluded to this in City of Heavenly Fire, in a way. So Fairy Otherworld is basically the border between the mortal world and the world of gods, which meant they either had to ask the Fae nicely or invade to get to the mortal world. We all know the reason why the gates were closed and the benefits of it in the 1900s, but that's pretty cool that until then we had gods coming in and out of the mortal realm, just not Fae. Cracking the gate equals mortal that can walk between worlds, aka Mason, because she was born a girl. And so the women in Cal's family are priestesses of the Eleusinian ministries. And let's see, and we have the heart, and then we meet, we find out Harspux is a seer, prophetess, an oracle, and oh yay, a romantic first date turns into a fight with monsters in the land, sky, and sea. Oh, this is so cool. So, Fenris, after, the scene at, we're going back to Fenris and Mason. So after the scene with the weapons closet and all that, they go out to lunch, and Fenris influenced the waiter to give Mason a Blue Moon beer, and I was just like, oh damn, Fenris, you're awesome. And I think, was this one? No, Mason didn't get her gift yet. No, I love when I love that Fen is prepared. So like Mason's like, I'm not going anywhere, and Fen just pulls out short swords for Mason to fight with and charmed his Janus medal and gave it to her. I was like, yes, because like hell she's gonna leave him. And Mason uses the Janus medal to create a portal and send Fenris and her into the Hudson River, where the river goddesses save them. Yeah, thinking makes magic still happen. Still waiting for the magical powers. Yeah, I'm still waiting. Oh, sit on the Janus medal. This is a perfect book boyfriend moment. I needed it to bring you back to me. Oh, God, you see why I love Fenris. Fenris is awesome. He is the best boyfriend ever. I love him. Okay, this is really important what the river goddess has said. We are the enemy of the devourer, Fenris. We bring a message. help you, we will for a price. Yep, it sounds like Yoda. The promise was to put an end to the Devour. And then this is another insert from Gunner's diary, and I'm not going to quote the whole thing. It will just take way too long. So, yeah, because I'm at like the 19-minute mark, or 20-minute mark. So the Nords paid a second visit. The storm, a potent and a portal. The ways are opened again. The fates have given me, Gunner, a second chance of Ragnarok. The Nords have offered me a cup from which to drink for a price. Like mighty Odin, I am now benefit of sight in one eye, basically blind in one eye like Odin. The new Odin, Gunner, can see true prophecy clearly, basically the same as before, but there is a new line added. You know, this is a new prophecy. The three seeds as tall as Odin's spear gripped in the Valkyrie, they shall awaken Odin's son. Yet Mason is the Valkyrie, and of course the key to the apocalypse, by sacrificing her soul, power to create a third Odin's son, and all three sons will be the harbingers of Ragnarok, and call forth the Inhajar, hopefully I'm saying it right, the dead warriors. Yep, Hellgate, Bridge in New York is Bifrost, the Rainbow Bridge to Asgard, the home of the Norse gods. Again, who needs texting? I have to say it again. Who needs texting when you can attach notes to pebbles? And be rebellious and Mason. Just do it. Just go with Fenris. I love... Because he wanted her, you know, he was trying to get her to sneak out. And Fenris takes her to his place, and this is so romantic, and I really love... This is why I want Fenris... This is why Fenris is like the best book boyfriend ever. Hashtag... best book boyfriend, I swear. Fenris gives Mason a beautiful scabbard and helps Mason practice for her competition. And in a practice victory duel with no rules, hashtag legal, I put hashtag illegal disarm, hashtag need, hashtag Mason release the killer instinct, hashtag victory for Mason, hashtag stabbing Fen. Let's see, what else do I have here? Oh, we have, so now we need to find out what happened. So we have Fenn's, we find out how he lost his memory in Fenn's nightmare. A woman and Iris, the Greek messenger goddess linked between the realms through a rainbow, known to spend time in the Leaf underworld, helped Fenn escape his prison and cross the river Leaf. Yet that's how he lost his memory. You know, remember in the Starcross series, the river Leaf? Yeah, that's kind of why. And yes, a classic Fenn. I love this line. This line is amazing. Death holds no fear over me, and I shall conquer it as I conquer all things. So can I just keep stabbing you, Fenn? I love what Matt Mason said that. I was just like, yes, I love you, Mason. Mason, you're awesome. And I love how, I love when Mason snuck back in, and Heather, this is where I really started liking Heather, because Heather wanted to gossip, and she's like, I totally stood up for you. You better tell me what the hell happened. And she's like, if I were you, I would have totally played up I would have been a hot, sexy nurse. So I was like, yep, I totally would have been too. I would have been freaked out by the blood, but yeah, I would have been playing up the sexy nurse role too. And so we find out the owner of Fenn's property is Victor Kogan, and property transfer was Sturlager. Wonder what that is. And Cal lives where The Great Gatsby takes place, which I think is which is pretty cool. Even though Cal and his mom are kind of complete bitches, but whatever. Wait a second. Rick Riordan, you forgot about, I don't remember if I'm wrong about this. Please let me know, comment section, if you've read the Kane Chronicles. But I believe he forgot about Cleo's needle in Central Park. If I'm wrong about this, please let me know, comment section, if you've read Kane Chronicles or not. I really would like to know. And now we get to one of my favorite characters in this series, Rafi. He is the original werewolf, or JK, at least in this book anyway. He's Anubis, and he has dreads, and kicked out, and this is where if you are in the Tommy Sotomayor live stream chats, I have mentioned this before, Anubis, and he has dreads, and he was kicked out of his own realm by his own brother, who had the ambition and ego to do it. So, yeah, that was really messed up. And when we get to the next book, Nerdigan discussion for this series, which I will actually be doing right after this one, you will understand what, if you watch Tommy Sotomayor, you'll understand what I mean. I'm going to get a little bit more in depth with the whole Anubis thing, because Anubis goes into depth, a little bit more depth in Descendant about that situation. So we have Ghost Returns, because what happens is Rafi brings back Ghost, because what happens is how we meet Rafi is crap, sorry, I totally forgot what I was going to say. So we have Mason and Fenris go back to Central Park to find, figure out everything. So Ghost comes back, and if you don't remember who Ghost is, then this is why you need to read Wonder Strange, because he was in the Wonder Strange trilogy. So Ghost returns and apologizes, and it showed us, which was in all moments, and then he showed us Fen went to hell instead of Valhalla, and this is where I say shenanigans. That is freaking shenanigans. Okay, so this is, Rafi says right here, oh, so the other gods, Greek, Roman, and Celtic, just want to be left alone. Okay, no other series needs to be made. I would really like another series to be made, Lesley. I know you're going to do, I'll mention it in Transcended, because I actually talked to Lesley on Twitter about something like this, but I'll mention it a little later. Okay, so let's talk about the next thing, where it gets even crazier. So Mason has their competition, and Cal pissed me off. Like, Cal, fucking pissed Mason off and threw her off her game. And, she got kidnapped by Rory, who's a total prick, put her in, Rory kidnapped her, knocked her and Heather out, and, because Heather was warned by the Horospucks, I can't remember her name right now, hold on, I can actually pull it up, where are we? Where are we? Gwen, thank you. Gwen. Gwen, who's the Horospucks, and Ross's girlfriend, warned Heather about what was going on, and Heather tried to warn Mason, and they both got kidnapped by Rory and his football player minion, and yeah, that scene was frickin', and that whole thing was intense. My commie. So you have Cal and Fenris and Rothgar going to rescue her, and man, she was Mason was locked in the back of Rory's car in the trunk, and Mason was flipped out. She snapped, and she was going through clawing her way through the car, and she got on top of the private train, and Rafi realized that that the hide and seek game that they played as kids, that Mason actually died. And yeah, and Mason died when she was 6 in a game of hide and go seek, and came back to life. So that's why she can cross over when they cross the Bifrost Bridge. She can cross over into hell. So yeah, so basically they're on the bridge. Cal, in the midst of all this, Cal gets knocked up, flies off the freaking motorcycle. Heather's flipping out because she sees this happening, and also, Fenris gets shot in the shoulder, and I think Fenris also fucking Fenris destroys Rory's arm. That was awesome. And then Rory destroys, Ben destroys Rory's arm, and then Rory shot Ben, you bastard! And then Mason gets welcomed by her mother, because they crossed the Bifrost Bridge. And there was an I think that's when the bridge exploded too at the same time. Yeah, that's how this book ended. It was so insane. Starling is an amazing book. I'm going to give you my final thoughts, and then we'll move on to Descendant in the next video. This book was so good. I love Lesley Livingston's writing, and I hope I did her book justice with this book Nerdigan discussion, because this book does not get enough love from booktubers for some reason. So I hope you guys enjoyed my Nerdigan discussion on this. Please, I want to know what you guys thought about Starling by Lesley Livingston. I want to know what your favorite part of the book was. And please like, share, comment, subscribe to my channel, and also follow me on Twitter. I'm not as active as I usually am because of school, but I'm trying to be a little bit more active now. So until next time, which will be Descendant for my book Nerdigans, I will see you later. Bye!